Hi, I'm Luke with Torchwood Landscaping, and I'm here to answer common questions about drainage. Some of the signs that you might have a drainage issue in your yard is, just a soggy area in your yard. That's a very obvious common factor. Even your plant material isn't doing well growing-wise. It looks very kind of bland, a little yellowish, kind of looks that too. And even like with your patio spaces and that too, like you might see some like algae growth or fungus or anything else like that, or it just kind of always looks wet for the most part. Those would be some of the common issues you'd see that would tell you that you have a drainage issue, at least on the exterior. Some of the signs for the interior side of things would be, like a damp concrete foundation wall, obviously some leaking water coming through the foundation in some manner as well. Those would be some of your common ones right there. So when you hire Torchwood for drainage services, what that includes is we will assess the situation, what's going on in your property, come up with a plan and figure it out for you. We'll share that with you, run you through what everything is and give you an exact price and handle it all. Some of the common solutions for your drainage issues that we provide is French drains, burying your downspouts, grading, amending your soils, and exterior sump systems as well, and dry wells. Some of the situations where we would use something over the other, quick, simple, if you have a very flat yard but it's staying pretty wet, we would use French drains and exterior sump system to help get that water pumped out to where we need it to go, or using a dry well as well. If it's just like you got a very good pitched yard and we just have some issues here and there, even burying some downspouts, putting some catch basins or anything else like that in there could be the easiest solution to do. The average cost for most drainage work would be, between about the $6,000 to $10,000 range, depending on what the work needs to be done. The ROI you're going to see on drainage, from what we've seen, has been upwards of 50%. So your drainage project will really take anywhere from a day or two upwards to like a week and a half in time frame, and it really just depends on how much work really needs to be done on your property. So your yard will be a little torn up during your drainage project. Depending on the situation, either it's going to be torn up, you'll have trenches ran and this and that too, piles of dirt possibly. But then by the time we're done, we try to get it either back to it's smoothed and seeded off, or the sod's put back in place for you, so it looks like we weren't even there. If we happen to find an issue with the drainage work that we have done, we're committed to come back and take care of that problem for you. So if we hit your irrigation lines, we honestly take care of that. We fix it, repair it, patch it when we need to, so that it's back up and running. And if we need to, we'll bring in our trade partners to do any more extensive work on it if needed. So your drainage system will need a little bit of maintenance depending on the situation of what you have. French drains really don't require any maintenance done to them, but like if you have catch basins, downspouts, anything else like that, usually at least minimum once a year depending on your property, try to clean them out. Also catching any pop-ups and pulling those out, getting any debris out of there too. From there, really the only maintenance you have would be if you have an exterior sump system, just making sure that every so often, every 6 months or so, you're making sure that sump system actually works by putting some water into the basin and allow it to pump that water out. When it comes to our drainage solutions, we have a 6-month warranty on our work where we'll come back and take care of any issues that occur. If you wait to do the drainage project, some of the common things that are going to happen if you wait too long is that your foundation is going to start to weaken from too much water against it, but also your plant material is going to start to go bad because it can't handle too much water if it's not designed for that. But also even your lawn, you can't really mow it, so it's getting longer and it's looking unsightly. But also even an increase in like sickness and disease and everything else like that, because you have more insects growing in there, such as mosquitoes, because it's a little bit wetter. But also even like fungus and everything else like that can kind of grow in a wet, damp area. Plus even the maintenance on your house too, because there's mold and mildew growing on it, and even like some of the things like with your deck, posts can be rotten out, everything else like that too. If you happen to have a drainage issue in your yard, please reach out to us at Torchwood Landscaping and we'll get it taken care of for you.